everyone, welcome to my studio. This week I want to make some progress on this sky, maybe even finishing it. By my estimate, I've done about half of it, but I do have some custom cuts in here to fill in some of these squiggly places between the leaves and around the petals, so it might take a little bit longer than just filling in those big chunks up in the sky that I've done so far. Next week, I start teaching a bunch of classes again, and so I spent some time this week visiting Gibbs Gardens, which is about an hour's drive from my home. I went by myself. It was very wonderful. I think that place is just full of color and inspiration, and it rejuvenates me going there. Highly recommend going to Gibbs Gardens or whatever garden is near you. Gibbs Gardens is famous for its millions of daffodils that are planted there, and the ones that I saw were the mid-spring crop. It was gorgeous. Finish this stepping stone. At least last week I've made the border and then I just transferred the design. This is the color of the petal that I'll be doing, and here's the palette for the rest of it. I'm going to be using this blue mirrored glass, which is pretty gorgeous. And I just want to knock these out so that I can finally grout them all, and then I can place them in my garden. I made a little path and between my house and the neighbor's house, and I want to put them on the path. That's it. Rod pieces are really flying across the room and bouncing all over the place. So I've rigged up a temporary bag just to catch them, and it'll be a better way to cut them. for the stepping stones is Mapei Sanded Grout, and I keep it in these containers so that it lasts a little bit longer. This is some new grout that I've just purchased. It does say black on the label. However, it's more of a soft black. So I've already got my container with a little bit of water. I think this will be enough for at least one of the stepping stones, but I'm going to do them one at a time, one after another. And I have my N95 mask on, so let me get after it. Mix this up. I like a rather thick consistency where it sticks to my spoon and it's not sloppy. Now, if it was a super hot day and I was working outside, I would mix it a little bit more loosely, but I have to let this slake. So while it is slaking, I am going to tape off the border so I have a nice clean edge. Once the grout has slaked, it does stiffen up a bit. And so I have to give it a good stir to sort of loosen it up. And this is my preference. I like to have one hand with a glove and one hand that's a clean hand while I work. But some people like to have two gloves, whatever. Just know that because grout has cement in it, it is an irritant. Vitreous tile on the edge and it has a beveled edge to it. I am putting the grout in by hand and smashing it under there just to make sure that grout gets in there all the way around. Step of spreading this grout on all three of these stepping stones, I'm going to give it some time and let this haze over. So the method that I'm using is the dry grout method. I don't use any water after I mix the grout, and from here on out it's just cleaning up and buffing it off. But I do have to wait. So I'll be waiting, and I also wanted to show that I save what's in this cup until I'm completely done. That way, if I accidentally pull some grout out or if I've missed a spot, I have my backup grout and I can repair that little area. That's it. here's how far I got this week. I concentrated on this side and knocked out quite a bit of it. There's still some to go. And my deadline is coming up, so there is going to be a real push to finish this. And I'm finished with the stepping stones, so those are not going to distract me. That's it. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.